Jake Paul and MVP made Matchroom an offer, and as always, Matchroom and DAZN didn't stand in Katie Taylor's way, so the Amanda Serrano rematch will be on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul undercard in Texas on Netflix. 20th of July, undisputed super lightweight titles will be on the line, which Katie Taylor holds. Mike Tyson said Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano are two of the best boxers in the world. I know they can both put on an incredible show, and I'm thrilled to have them join this card. These remarkable athletes will undoubtedly elevate the event with their global appeal and fan bases, adding one of the greatest fights in women's boxing history to this unforgettable event, a true gift to fans. I agree. HBO out, Showtime out, Fox out, the new players in town, Amazon, and Netflix. The apps is the new thing. Like, DAZN knew what was going on for a long time. The apps are the new thing. Now, we don't know if Amazon are in it for the long haul. Netflix, are they really going to try and muscle in on the boxing game like that? Probably celebrity events and influencer events. Netflix must be the most popular streaming app, I assume. They could probably afford to compete with the Saudis and DAZN, but will they?
Chinese power, Alabama power, we're going to ban each hour.
You said something gay, so you gotta say no homo.
What did I do say? That's all right. I know you don't speak fluent English, but let's hope he didn't understand the connotation of what you're saying. Let's just hope.
Trying to bag me on an Instagram live is fucking crazy. Like, dead ass. Get the fuck on. Okay? Go on the fuck head. Okay? I'm not interested. Like, that's fucking corny. The fuck are we doing here? I'm getting the fuck off. Go look at my post. I'm about to post my cover. Bye, y'all.
See, these stories with the fear of sex, I think AB just puts the shoulder roll on girls like that. Invite her to her next fight, and if she wants to do the hotel thing, all good. But she brushes him off like that. Shoulder roll. I think about how Adrian spoke to Alicia Baumgartner the other week. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? If he is bothered by it, then what goes around? I mean, some of the stuff that I've seen him get involved with women, I'm not shocked that a woman would blow him off and not want to fuck with him. A woman like this, I can't remember her name. She might be some kind of celebrity. They would have been a perfect match because she doesn't seem like a very nice young lady. Her face looks extremely processed and the teeth are shaped unnaturally and unnaturally white. Is that the veneer shit? And she just looks too overprocessed, too surgically enhanced. Swears a bit too much and I can't understand what she's saying. Like, what's wrong with the speech? Moreover, she could have just ignored the DM and moved on. But, you know, attention seeking. I'm not going to lie. This is why a lot of people are suspicious if USYK can get a fair decision and why the WBC want to bring in 6 judges. A lot of conspiracies are running through people's head. And when Turki ALISHIEKI makes posts like this, we are waiting for the result of USYK and Fury. It's not that cryptic if you know what to look for. I mean, no one's in a rush to stage USYK and AJ 3. And we know there's more money in AJ and Fury. And that could be, and I'm speculating here, Turki ALISHIEKI's entry into the UK. I don't think they're going to hold that fight in Saudi Arabia. I don't think they are. They're going to hold that in the UK, Wembley Stadium. But if you're a USYK fan or Team USYK, it might make you wonder if the powers to be could be potentially working against you. We're waiting for the result of Fury versus USYK. Well, what if Fury does win? There's a rematch clause. They'll be giving USYK a nice incentive not to go straight back in with Tyson Fury. That's what they'll be doing. Now, there's Duran posing around with the strap. Now, they'll be awarding these straps, I'm assuming, to the winner of USYK and Fury, and also the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. These are not personalized belts. They're not Ring Magazine belts. These are undisputed belts, meaning the sanctioning body belts will just be playoff belts. The Saudi belt, but you literally have to beat the man who beat the man to get one of those. We're in a transitional period in boxing. That belt holds weight. Trust me, it holds weight. You could be looking at the new way forward, looking at that strap. Turkey probably won't charge you for the belt every time you make a defense like the sanctioning bodies. If I got hold of that belt, I'd give up the other 4. Why?
And why not?
To continue to deliver the best year-round schedule, we're updating our subscription pricing from the 16th of May 2024 onwards. If you do nothing, the new price of your 12-month contract will be £14.99 and will take effect at the end of your current 12-month billing period. View, edit or manage your DAZN subscription at any time within my account. Now what do you think of that? £5 increase. Yeah, I could do without that, but with all the content DAZN are putting on there, they'd have to hike it up a whole lot more before I unsubscribe. And the quality would have to dip considerably. They're also now charging us for pay-per-views across the pond at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. A lot of people said they're not going to pay for Devin versus Ryan. I can't see how I'm not going to pay for it, and I probably will. Anyone think of cancelling because of the price hike? Might not even be the price hike. Maybe you're not happy with the quality. Let me know in the comment section. A lot of people think it's touch and go whether we actually get Ryan Garcia in the ring. Del Boy James, he assures us that Ryan is training hard, but he would say that. Devin not convinced that Ryan is not struggling with the weight, saying he looks heavy. And at this point here, it looks like the only stumbling block could be the scales. Haven't enjoyed the build-up to this fight because Ryan is not acting in a way to convince me and others that he's reliable. He's definitely the underdog, and only those really close to him, family and serious fanboys and girls, have any confidence that Ryan can do anything. And if he was to press them, are they really that confident that Ryan is ready? Is he trying to get in Devin's head? The look at me, I'm unpredictable, you don't know what I'm going to do type of thing? Or is he just going to self-destruct? It's hard to say. Devin shoved him in his face when they met up at some press engagement. Let's get the weighing over. Let's get them in the ring. I assess a lot of stuff. Like he was talking to the media the other day. What was he talking about? The ticket sales. Oh, they should never have held it in New York. They're charging too much for the tickets over here. People ain't paying for the tickets because they don't want to see Devin. He's boring. And I'm thinking to myself, with all the other nonsense he's carrying on with, this is what you want to talk about, is the ticket sales. Is that what you're focused on? Ryan needs to perform. I wonder if he knows that. Just check the box rec again. Regis didn't win one round against Devin last year. Lost the WBC 140-pound strap. But, you know, he's posted up on Twitter, Regis PROGRAIS versus SUBRIEL MATIAS in 2025. That's a long way away. MATIAS defends against Liam Paro, the Australian, on the 15th of June. Is he only going to fight once this year? It depends. Hey, Liam Paro, don't write him off. Don't write off Liam Paro. Also, Hitchens won an eliminator, controversially, the other week, but he won it. But Regis needs to take an interim fight before he gets in the ring with MATIAS, because there's lots of 140-pounders at Matchroom, at DAZN. What makes him the first choice to get in the ring with MATIAS? He needs to make himself stand out amongst all them 140-pounders they have there. It's not like he doesn't have the opponents to pick to get him back in contention. He needs to have an interim fight, in my opinion. Hitchens, he needs another fight. He needs to sharpen up. Perhaps he could rematch Lemus. Perhaps PROGRAIS could fight Lemus. Good fights. One of them should take that fight. This is why I'm not going to complain about paying the extra for DAZN right now. You know, like a couple of weeks after MATIAS and Paro, you got Juan Francisco Estrada against Jesse Rodriguez in Phoenix, Arizona, 29th of June, slugging it out for Estrada's WBC and Ring Magazine titles. This is a super flyweight. And on the undercard, you got Sonny Edwards. In a quick turnaround from that beating he took from Jesse, he takes on ADRIEN CURIEL, who was in a real war last time out, losing his light fly IBF title to the South African, who he previously knocked out. They will fight for the IBF belt that Bam is vacated because he's moving up to fight Estrada. Sonny's just signed a multi-fight extension with Matchroom, so there's a lot on the line for Sonny. I have to believe that Jesse Rodriguez will beat Estrada. I hate saying it because I like Juan Estrada, but I have to believe that. Estrada's been very inactive, hasn't he? By the time he's next in the ring against Jesse Rodriguez, it'll be a year and a half of inactivity. The last time he fought was when he got that controversial one over Roman Gonzalez at 34. Not getting no younger. Jesse's 24. 10-year age gap. That could be a big factor. Jesse looked really good against Sonny. Sonny put up a good fight, but Jesse looked really good. Even though Curiel got stopped by Noshinga, the South African, I don't think it's a great comeback fight for Sonny, but he wants to be in the big fights. He's coming off a big loss, but so is the Mexican. But the Mexican is relentless. And although he ain't got a big knockout percentage, he flatlined Notchinga in the first fight, man. And if he can drag Sonny into a war, which he will, Sonny's going to have to be at his best. You know what I mean? Preferably, Grant Smith would have liked an easier comeback than this. Eddie was even asking Sonny, just before he signed for the fight, You sure? You sure you want to fight this guy? It's a tough comeback. He asked him if he's sure. This is what you sign up for. At 28, Sonny is probably at his peak. Win or lose, I'll be looking forward to seeing what he can do. This would be a big win if he can pull it off. Become a 2-time champion. Sandy Ryan, after a destruction of Terry Harper, is looking for blood. She's the current WBO welterweight champion with a record of 7-1-1, 3 knockouts. 30 years of age. Chantelle Cameron, 31 years of age. She's 18-1-0 with 8 inside the distance. Now these two have got bad blood. Sandy sets it off. Are you finished moaning and crying yet at Chantelle Cam? If so, give Eddie a call and I'll give you a shot at my world title. Or is it true that he's dropped you? Cameron responded, Sandy, shut the fuck up, you social media whore. Keep that energy when you see me in real life because you always shit your pants. If you really want the beef, why don't you ring me and keep it off socials, you fool. Clown emoji. Ryan came back. You ain't never approached me in real life, you little bitch. And you will know deep down I'm about it. This would represent a great fight for both women. Hey, Eddie, get that one made. Get that one made. Although it's hard to tell if Cameron wants to fight in the ring or outside the ring. Alexander GVODZYK says his fight with David Benavidez is scheduled for June the 22nd in Houston. That will be on the undercard of Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. He's inquiring why the PBC are not advertising his fight with Benavidez. He's wondering if they're looking for another opponent. Duck, basically. He said he doesn't care about all the Benavidez and Canelo talk. It doesn't affect his purse. It might affect his ego, but he's cool with his ego. He doesn't give a shit. He responded to David Benavidez getting drunk at the recent Diego Pacheco fight on Golden Boy. Perhaps he's just having some fun. It's not prohibited. Take a drink if he wants a drink. If he wants to drink and train, preparing for him, it would just make it easier for him. GVODZYK was helping Gilberto Ramirez prepare for his fight against Guillemarian. Ramirez took the WBA cruiserweight title from Guillemarian. Is Benavidez getting cold feet? I don't know. Or are the PBC getting cold feet? Can they get the finances together? Why are they dragging it out? I don't know. Uh-oh. Turki ALISHIEKI posting again. This one's a little more cryptic. He's just got a picture of Crawford teasing us. Madrimov, 154 next. Be easier than arranging a fight with Crawford, one of them PBC guys. I tell you that now. Is the Boots fight possible? Well, I don't even want to speculate too far on that. They're breaking curses. They're putting promotions together. If two promoters have beef, paraphrasing, and one is the best and the other has the best, they'll never fight each other. So he's basically saying that the Joshua fight between him didn't happen because of ego and politics. But between 2017 up till recently, he'd make you believe that it was all down to Joshua the fight didn't happen. So what's changed? There's even receipts of him saying, you know, they were offering me more to fight Joshua than they were to fight you, Fury. For this one fight, I'm with Matchroom. I'm the team captain. It's time for change. It's time for change. Y'all know Eddie loved me.
That man been loving me.
Hey, look, man.
Does he hate Eddie Hearn? Well, if you listen to the interview, he's talking about even if you don't like someone, you can coexist and get the job done. If you build something with that person, you could eventually have love in your heart for them, and you never know where the relationship could go. That don't sound like hatred. If he's still putting it out there that he dislikes Eddie Hearn, that's to appease the LDBC. Like you're not selling out to the white man. But in the real world, when people are earning the type of money Deontay Wilder is earning, or Eddie Hearn, or Turki ALISHIEKI, the colour of money becomes more relevant than the colour of pigmentation. Even if there are prejudices between them, the money will be the common denominator in what glues them together. you don't hate people who you're making millions of dollars with. There may be the odd example of where that happens, but that's not the rule. You know, you can even go down a level. If you're working for a boss you don't like, you won't be as productive. He won't get the most out of you. If you're working for a boss who respects your grind, your ambition, he's giving you opportunities to progress, generous holidays. If you do need time out, he'll try and make a compromise with you. Then you'll go all out for that boss. If Wilder didn't like, or not like, if Wilder didn't at least have respect for Eddie Hearn and admiration for Eddie Hearn, and he was going into this relationship, all it would do is hamper and affect his preparation for Zhang. Ask Tim Witherspoon what it's like preparing for a fight when you've got a beef with your promoter. Maintenance over your fighter's mental health before a fight is vital. And you, the promoter, do not want to be the thing that's in his mind that could affect him. You don't want to be that. You want to be the last person that's doing that. You know? Maybe he might have issues with other things going on in his life, but you can't control that. This is a man he has to sit down and talk with now. Him, Shelly Finkel. Shelly Finkel mended his bridge with Eddie a long time ago. And if Shelly mended the bridge with Eddie, so was Deontay. He's past it. He's a 38-year-old man, for crying out. The most pivotal boxers that Matchroom have had, in my opinion. Chris Eubank Sr. He put Matchroom on the map. Matchroom's first world champion gave them at least 6 years consecutive world title fights. It almost seemed like Eubank was in a fight every month. He was that active. And he put not only Matchroom on the map, but Sky Sports on the map. Him, Nigel Benn, etc. Nassim Hamid, Joe Calzaghe. The next one, in my opinion, some might disagree. I'm talking about the three major. The next one was Carl Froch. I know Kell Brook's there. But Carl Froch, when they signed him to Matchroom, he was struggling to get TV dates on ITV. It was all about the place. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have a well-advertised event with Jermaine Taylor, for instance. The Andre Dirrell fight, I think, was on prime time. But when he left Mick Hennessy and went to Matchroom, and they got that win over Bute, it was a pivotal win. It turned the corner for Matchroom, turned the corner for Carl Froch, and that culminated in the 80,000 gate fight with George Groves at Wembley. That was pivotal. And then Anthony Joshua, Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist, pure knockouts, the fight with Dillian, all-time great British heavyweight title fight, Klitschko, stadium fights, all-time great world title fight, went through the hard knocks, and now he's trying to punch holes for his opponent's face. And the recent performances from Anthony Joshua have been like a major recruitment drive that the likes of Bozy Ennis would have seen. I heard Fred from Barbershop Conversations. He said it the other week. He said, Anthony Joshua is the best managed fighter, man. He's the best managed fighter. And that's true. And Wilder himself is saying, look how well AJ is managed, man. Why ain't I being promoted by this guy? Shelly Finkel's seeing it too. He said, this is where my guy needs to be. He needs to be here. With the Saudis, obviously. The Saudis play a big part in why Deontay's over there. But there's going to be a lot of fighters. And Eddie spoke about it. There's loads of fighters. Pound for pound ranked fighters who want to sign with Matchroom. And now he's having to consider who he lets on board from who he doesn't. A lot of that is down to Anthony Joshua. There's a channel called The Block Center who is saying, not the same thing what I said, but he said Anthony Joshua's got a lot to do with why Deontay Wilder is rolling with Eddie Hearn. And he's right. He's right. The activity, the fact that he himself doesn't do a lot of talking. Like AJ the other day was asking her, why do you want to know what's on my MP3 playlist? Like it was an annoyance. And the guy said, because you're the man. You're the man. People want to know things about you. You know what I mean? I don't think AJ's ever adjusted to that or ever quite comprehended that. He seems to think that the curiosity about him and even the trolling is all hate. No, it's not. It's not. I hope Wilder wins. Because if he wins a big one with Eddie Hearn promoting him, and he hasn't won a big fight since probably Luis Ortiz, and that seems like donkeys ago, right? I just want to see what the reaction is.
Yeah, Loud J, we in here again. Delirious 44, 2014. Let's go. I bet they wish I turned a blind eye. Rap about strippers, get high, let the time fly. Instead I point out who the crime by. Who the real criminal the system is designed by. It's criminal to let them get all up in your subliminal with the crazy messages the media displaying. Go up in the prison, you see the population is mostly us, then you know you gotta do more than just praying. Casual surveying of the situation leads to one explanation. Misinformation breeds ignorance, confusion, substances abusing. People put more thought into the car that they are cruising than the mate that they are choosing. School for the youth and they hate to get a taste of the pudding at the proof in. Probably I'm a nuisance, but this is just my 2 cents. Cats at the precinct got them terroristic blueprints. No surprise when the news went viral about the latest shooting and the looting, but they gon' blame it on the victim. See the images, how they depict them? Yeah, I know they wish I turned a blind eye. Rap about strippers, get high, let the time fly. Instead I point out who the crime by. Who the real criminal the system is designed by. Who the ones that it's designed for. Who interests they protect, who the laws being signed for. If it ain't about money, what you rhyme for? Silly nigga, it's your mind every line for. They probably thinking I should coexist with the bullshit injustices. Don't say shit, nigga, don't resist. You know the money that you might could get. You could spit a rhyme about some champagne and bitches, nigga, strike it rich. That's the kind of logic playing on the psyche of these young ass rappers who be worshiping the Nike and the chains and the rims on their cars. Fuck skills, you could be a star with them lame ass bars. That's the prototypical image of the black youth. So they had no sympathy when the cops attack you. A simple tactic, that's how they dehumanize a whole generation, same time consumerize a whole culture. Del Jones used to call them vultures. Guess we wasn't listening when he spoke to us. Raise your hand when they approach you. Put them on the dashboard if they pull you over in your roaster. I know they wish I turned a blind eye. Rap about strippers, get high, let the time fly. Instead I point out who the crime by. Who the real criminal the system is designed by. Who the ones that it's designed for. Who interests they protect, who the laws being signed for. If it ain't about money, what you rhyme for? Silly nigga, it's your mind every line for. Miseducated, misrepresented, it's man-made. This epidemic, this black on black crack dealing, killing spree. We all feeding into it unwillingly. So used to change that we feeling free. So used to nonsense, most of them ain't feeling me. That's when I know I'm saying something true. The truth hurt, so motherfuckers hating me ain't nothing new. Just have a logical response when I'm confronting you. You identify with the same ones that's hunting you. That's a sickness, I think they rely on it. I think they supply the drugs, hoping you get high on it. Hoping that you wreck the block, praying that you die on it. Or you shoot somebody else, let them bullets fly on it. Spend your life inside the pen. Have your kid grow up without a father, he follow the trend. Yeah, I know they wish I turned a blind eye.